Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. We have already started here. It's really well taken goal. Offside.
Well, obviously some sections of the crowd would disagree, but that was the right decision, albeit a late one.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Nedved kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Rijkaard. Messi. And it's Modric, looking for a runner. Oh, that's a key interception. Cannavaro. Baresi. Oh, terrible pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And here's Mbappe. Barcelona have reclaimed it. And he welcomes it in. And he's gone backward here. Nicely weighted ball. Played out towards the right wing. And he was quick to react. Pass somewhat off target. And no, that was never going to make it. And he welcomes it in. Oh, well played. Khan getting this one clear. Now it's Ibrahimovic! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Ibrahimovic brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Spread it left. Knocks it into space. He's in a great position here. So it is still 0-0. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. No, that's been intercepted. Ibrahimovic. Here's Roberto Carlos. Looking for the run. He's gone for goal! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Raul does really well to win the ball there. And he's lost his man here. Oh, and the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, that wasn't far away. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Lahm. And it's Rijkaard. Modric. That is ended up in no man's land. Nakata. And the pass is intercepted. Neuer. Thuram. And it's Rijkaard. Looking to play him in. And he's in on... It's Raul! Goal! Barcelona! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
The less said about that pass, the better. Adams does well to get it back.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Guti. Nakata goes for a shot! It's fallen kindly here. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Nice interception, well timed.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Lahm.
Milan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, good spread.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
He won't be happy with that one. Modric. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! It's in! And in that moment, he has his 50th goal. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rijkaard.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Mbappe, chance! Goal! Barcelona! And they're back in front.
Nakata really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Baresi. And it's Lam. Out for a throw. Lam. To Thuram. And there is the half-time whistle. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Cambio de jugadores.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And this is Raul. Looking for options for movement.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Neymar. It's Neymar! Oh, that was close. Modric can so cleverly bypass the press. Wriggles his way through. Romario! It's loose now and they want to get it back. He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Milan, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon. And Romario! Oh, it's hit the post! Guti. Can he get it through? There's no flag! He's away! Great chance! It's there! And this is getting better and better. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see.
Ah, he's given it away. And he's got the beating of his man. Roll! You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 96.000.
Now it's Romario.
47 espectadores.
Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Nedved has it out wide and in space. Nedved proves just a little bit too strong.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Nedved. That could spell trouble. He's picked his way through. Romario. Adams gets it clear. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram. Oh, it's a real chance! Neymar, foot in. Guti. And a chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Barcelona blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, and I think the ref has just reminded him that he'd been warned earlier. Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
It's a pretty loose pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Driven forward. Nedved. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Modric. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now that looks a decent ball. Romario was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Baresi gets across to intercept that. Guti. And it's Nakata. He's on it, can he get away? He's found a... Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there! Just cruising! They are cruising! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
It's become a case of men against boys.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Romario receives it in a wide position. Now it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's being urged to shoot. Beckenbauer.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Now who's going to be first to this? Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now, can they get him away?
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
It's Nedved! It's a searching pass. That's that, the end. Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Alexander-Arnold charging forward, the ball at his feet. Now he's got space here. McAllister. Oh, this is a terrific run. Rodri. And here's McAllister. Thuram. Ball played for Rijkaard. Roberto Carlos. Not the most convincing of passes. Played out to the right. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Rodri. De Ligt. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And it's Rodri. Messi. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Haaland. Pass somewhat off target. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It's a pretty loose pass. The less said about that pass, the better.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Pelé. Now it's Haaland. Not the most accurate pass. Modric. That's Rijkaard. And it's Messi. That's a delicate pass. Picks out Haaland! He's got away with one there. Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. He's got tall. And he has kept it out somehow.
Barella is offering a wry smile there.
Barcelona are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Lahm. Guardiola. Messi. And this is Kane. Well-timed, excellent interception. Cannavaro. Baresi. Cannavaro. Baresi. And it's Thuram. Oh, it goes for a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Alexander-Arnold. And this is Kane. Now it's Barella. Oh, it's Kane! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. Kane!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Great ball, and he's in here!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Modric. Cannavaro. Baresi. That's Thuram. Baresi. Modric conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Neymar. Milan finding their passes. Oh, this is a great position. Barella. Now it's Barella. And this is Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So the first half brought no goals. Modric. And it's Neymar. He's in a great position here. He's gone for goal. Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
Modric. And it's Rijkaard. Pele. And here's Romario. Romario! Rodri. And it's Messi. And De Ligt. Alexander-Arnold. And De Ligt. Rodri. And it's Messi. Tries to pass it through. Modric. Well, that looks a decent ball. Roberto Carlos charging forward down that flank. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Well, that pass isn't the best.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he's heaved it away. Rodri. Lovely feet. Barella. Haaland receives it in a good chance! So much has happened in this game, but still no goal.
Yes, and it's been far from uneventful. We've had a healthy amount of attempts at goal from both teams, and with this kind of ambition, we may not have to wait too long.
That has not gone well. And they can counter here. Shot could be on. And that's a shot at goal! He's scored! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So we have the first goal.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Terrific header! He's got a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Alexander-Arnold. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Played out wide. Lofted in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And reclaimed it in a trice.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Roberto Carlos.
That was lovely, that.
In towards the back stick. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Milan have their second corner now.
Será reemplazado por el dorsal 7.
And he's taking no chances there. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. He's had a shot! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
And he's intervened well there. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Lahm gets it clear.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And it's Azar. Azar touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Pobega. And the shot! Oh, yes! It's there! And that has raised the roof! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Merino. And Alexander-Arnold. Pobega. Out to the right. That's an imaginative pass. And this is Kane. Flashes it across. And that has been clubbed away. And we're done. Milan pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Listen, despite the loss, they have to take something from this. I think the coach will have seen things he needs to work on, so I'm sure they have a lot of sorting out to do before the next game, and they can get there.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beck. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone as dependable in the box as the man leading the line here.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
As prolific as they come, Peter.
A header! Chance here to counter. Now it's Rafinha. And here's Rafinha. Played back in. Good take, and is he in? And we have our very first corner. Rijkaard is there, and he can get that clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. And he's picked it up out wide. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And it's a corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rafinha. Achiampong. Just about within shooting range. Backward it goes. And it's Henderson. And he's had a hit! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really...
Oh, and the shot! They've scored! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
It's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and the player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
So, a breakthrough already. Cannavaro. Modric. Milan looking to pass their way through. Azar. Looking for options for movement. That's an imaginative pass.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
He has found the way through. Well, quality clearly deserves. Just the goalkeeper's at Latini! Well, now it's a race for the ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Rijkaard. Neymar.
Colorado Springs clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Hazard simply refused to be outdone there. Rijkaard. And this is Romario. Now, can they get him away? Azar tries to pass it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great chance! And he hits the net! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Baresi wins the duel this time. Platini. And here's Romario. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Azar. Gakpo. Baresi gets across to intercept that. Now it's Gakpo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rijkaard. And it's Neymar. Looking to play him in. Well, that has not gone well. Van Nistelrooy is herring after that one. Gakpo picks it up out wide. Nuno Mendes looking for the run. Pings in across. Oh, what a climb! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Lam. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Floated through. Van der Sar breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Colorado Springs are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Now it's Gakpo. Nice-looking ball. And he's in on goal, and Van Nistelrooy! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Oh, such good technique as well. That was exquisite. It's a real shame he couldn't find the finish after that.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8. Lascia il campo per il numero 21. Pirlo.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And it's Lam. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's played in. Oh, that was vital.
Milan clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Cannavaro. Now it's Modric. Stood up well to him there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, that's neat. And this is Van Nistelrooy! Yes! And they are cruising away. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
3-0 and things are starting. He's got tall. He will be livid with himself. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. That has ended up in no man's land. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Modric. Platini. Lahm. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Modric. Platini. Van Nistelrooy proves just a little bit too strong. Modric. Now Neymar. Platini. Crunching tackle. It's a throw-in.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Thuram. And it's Michel Platini. Achiampong cuts it out. Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. Mbappe is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Gakpo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having...
Could be danger here! Played out to the right. Roberto Carlos. And here's Platini. Out to the right. Platini plays a sharp little ball here. And he's there to get it away.
Milan appear determined to play through the middle again. And guess what? It's the same result.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. And it's Michel Platini. Now it's Romario. Gakpo. Nuno Mendes. Roberto Carlos spots it and intercepts.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
And that's going to be a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Pirlo. Baresi. And it's Michel Platini. Distributed tidily. 5 minutes left on the clock. Nice physical challenge. And here's Romario. Out to the left it goes. Strong running down that left flank. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Pirlo. Now Modric. Now it's Platini. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Mbappe. And he cuts out the supply. Pirlo. Neymar. And it's Roberto Carlos. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's got away. Neymar! Jordan Henderson. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then.
This guy, Roberto Carlos, really is a unique player, Peter.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The pace, the power, the set pieces, the way he constantly surges forward.
And a fabulous urgency about everything he does.
That's exactly it.
And it's Lahm. Nedved in with the challenge. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Oh, really well played.
He's picked his way through. Cafu. Now it's Ronaldinho. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. It's Ronaldinho! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Ronaldinho really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Has a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Baresi. Thuram. And it's Nedved. It's gone out for a throw-in. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
He's got away, and that's aimed into the middle, and it's hoisted clear, and it's Rijkaard. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Roberto Carlos, and the through ball, and he's managed to get free. Decent chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, good spread.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Cafu, and this is Cruyff. Well, that is good, super running, sharp movement, came up against a defender though who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome, too much traffic.
Cannavaro calmly anticipates, takes a shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Great defending, strong and determined. And this is Drogba. Oh, that's fabulous. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Well timed, excellent interception. And here's Messi. And that has left him in a heap. Not the most accurate pass. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And this is Drogba. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ronaldinho! Nedved. 30 minutes gone. Now this could be a chance. Ferdinand gets across to intercept that. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Baresi. Thuram. Nedved. Oh, there's a probing ball. Played into space. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Mbappe.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. And it's Drogba. And this is Ronaldinho. He's away! Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Knocks it into space. Nicely weighted ball. Roberto Carlos. That has not gone well. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Looking for options, for movement. Real chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. And now they can spring out of defence. He's had it taken off him. Played out to the left flank. Neymar in acres of space out wide. Up he goes! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Lahm. And he's had it nicked away. There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. And we are up to the break.
Well, both sides have been full of effort, industry, endeavour, and the stats are screaming good things at us. So it's been a very good watch for the neutrals so far, and I'm really looking forward to what's to come in the second half. This could get unpredictable.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more...
And he shoots! He scored!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Milan have taken the lead.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's a searching pass. Ferdinand promptly onto that, and that is that. Roberto Carlos. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And Messi! He's got a goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Goal!
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game. Well, I think... Oh, no, what has happened here? He is through here. Plenty to aim at here. Chance for a shot! And it's a goal! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Ha segnato al 56esimo minuto, numero 18, Messi!
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Milan looking to pass their way through. Oh, no joy this time. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Nicely shaped ball. Romario picks it up out wide. Corner number 3 coming up.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Roberto Carlos. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Now, can they get him away? Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Lam. Oh, good-looking ball. Nedved. Roberto Carlos. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, this is Romario.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
There's no flag. He's shifted. Oh, shooting chance! It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
And here's Romario. And he's running for Romario! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
OK, credit him for his willingness to run at people, but you really shouldn't be afforded so much space down the middle of the pitch.
And now they can spring out of defence. And the pass is intercepted. Lewandowski puts his foot on the gas. And here's Romario. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Vinicius Junior. Good, strong midfield running here. Shot a goal! In he goes again. Just cruising. They are cruising. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
Goal!
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Milan finding their passes, driving on and making good progress. Now that looks a decent ball, and he's intervened well there. Thuram. And Parla, nicely spread. But it's Thuram. And they've got a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Cannavaro. Modric. And it's Nedved. Passing is crisp and sharp. Parla. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. That has been slung wide. He's found a way through. Fired deep towards the back post. And Messi! Roberto Carlos. That's the end. Milan can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go. Lionel Messi, one of the greatest, perhaps the greatest ever, European Player of the Year so many times. The first of those way back as a 22-year-old, Jim, in 2009.
Yeah, and it came after such a great season. Treble winners with his side, of course, capped off with a very memorable European win in Rome.
And remember, Messi! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Not the most convincing of passes. Now that looks a decent ball. And can he finish?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mbappe. That's beautifully weighted. Now that's well seen too. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He's in plenty of space here. He's got away. And the shot! Has another go! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So, a breakthrough already. Baresi. And it's Cannavaro. Now it's Mbappe. A probing pass. Played into space. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that was very necessary. Pele with the cross. Oh, that's an excellent interception. That's going to go a long way. And it's Lam. Pirlo. Oh, super! It's Pele! Oh, crossbar! Milan are behind here, despite their domination of possession. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Baresi.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Real chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Messi. Milan have the chance to go the other way. And this is Messi. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Mbappe. Has a look and plays it forward.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He has found the way through. Roberto Carlos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bebeto! He intercepts the throw. That's well read. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And that is as far as they're going to go. Messi. Brazil looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
It's their second corner of the game. Rivaldo goes short. Rivaldo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Pelé. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Bebeto! And he comes up trumps again. Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short, and this is Neymar. Just 5 minutes left until the break. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Simplicity itself.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Knocks it into space, looking to play him in, and he welcomes it in. Chance, surely! Right card. It's a searching pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Thuram. Looking for options for movement. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And the first half is done. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far. So it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. Brazil kick off the second half. Vinicius Junior. And he's picked it up out wide. Rivaldo! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Brazil get their fourth corner. Rivaldo plays it short. Decent chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Messi can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
That has ended up in no man's land. Now there's a fine ball. Pele to Messi. Pirlo. That's a good ball out wide. That has not gone well. Now it's Neymar. Pele. Nicely aimed pass. Tries to pass it through. And the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Mbappe has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Oh, it's Bebeto. Bebeto. He is through here. And he shoots! Pele. In with the challenge. Lam. Parla promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's clever. Pirlo. That's a decent clearance.
It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. Rivaldo with the clearance. And here's Messi. Pinches it off him. Lam got a long way forward to join the attack. Vinicius Junior finds himself offside. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. That is good alertness. And it's Lam. Parla. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Looking for a runner. Tries to get it clear. Neymar. It's a pretty loose pass. Lam. Nicely weighted ball. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Messi. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Great vision. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And Messi! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Pele. And this is Messi.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Pirlo.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Messi. He's found a way through. Messi's cross. Nice interception, well timed. Bellingham! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Final checks on the touchline, a change about to occur. David Villa coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's shifting through the gear. Great chance! He's having a go! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Lahm kept his eye on it, and he's there. Gets good distance on it. And he's in on goal. Chance for a shot! They want to be quick to recover this.
Look, there has to be more urgency here.
It's Roberto Carlos! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Carlos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
And that has been cleared. Nicely shaped ball. Baresi cuts out the pass. Oh, there's a probing ball. Pele! So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Neuer taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Tony Adams. Now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Knocks it into space. Short changes him with that pass. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Chelsea are looking to break at pace. No, it's not getting there. He can get that clear. Neymar. And that's another throw. Crosses it into the area. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Messi. Messi! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Cross into the box. And he's there to clear it. Parla. Milan, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Lahm. That's Thuram. Pirlo. And it's Parla. Lahm. To Thuram. Baresi. More and more pressure on the ball here. Thuram. Lahm. Pele. Milan looking to pass their way through. Out to the right. He's in plenty of space here. And he's cut it out. Well, that has not gone well. Baresi. Lahm. Baresi. And it's Pirlo. He's gone for goal! Brilliant from Pele! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And Milan have the lead. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. He's having a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's got full. Parlour gets rid without sophistication. And now a sudden chance to counter. Face to face with the keeper. Now it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh no, what has happened here? Shapes to shoot! It's bounced back off the post. It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that, because they just don't give up on anything.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected.
He's going for goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Pele. It's a threatening ball. It's a loose ball.
There will be one.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Baresi. That's Thuram. And we hit half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the second half started. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel.
And it's been given away. Oh, it's come loose. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Pele. Ruben Neves producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Pele. That's a lovely, neat pass. Over to the left. That is good alertness. Pele looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Batistuta. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Pele, looking for options for movement. Played in by Roberto Carlos.
OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Done delicately. Now he's got space here. That's been cut out, well played. Thuram. Baresi. Pirlo, who's set up one goal so far. And it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Messi. Pele. Picked out brilliant. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Cannavaro. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And it's Cannavaro. Now Pirlo. Milan finding their passes. Ruben Neves, the puppet master, looking to pull the strings. Pirlo. Roberto Carlos. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Oh, good spread. And now the breakaway. Batistuta charging forward, the ball at his feet. Pirlo. Modric. Neymar. And that's a dangerous big chance!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well then, Messi! Neymar. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pele. Lovely pass, but can... And the shot! Oh, taken with style! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Tries to play it through. Now there's a fine ball. And Messi! He should have put that one away.
Messi really must be wondering how he hasn't put them 3 up. It was a very, very decent chance.
Oh, shooting chance! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Substitution on the field. Number 18,
Corner number 2 then.
Messi. Coming on to replace him is number 5, De Bruyne.
Chelsea have... Chance, surely! Milan have their 3rd corner. Ruben Neves. And now they can spring out of defence. Nesta. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Stood up well to him there. Messi! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Look at this. And a chance!
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
It's their 2nd corner of the game.
Coming on to replace him is
Lam is there, and he can get that clear. No mistake! They're back within reach! So is this the start of a comeback? Baresi. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Baresi. Modric plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Played out to the left flank. Chance! It's in! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
the goal scorer.
And yes, it's him again.
Number 11, Lionel Messi.
So now the difference is 3. And that has left him in a heap. Roberto And time is up. Milan, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Ibrahimovic claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he's...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. It's Eto'o! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Van Dijk. Baresi. Pele. Now it's Messi. Nesta. And it's Iniesta. Now, can they get him away? Chance for a shot! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So, a breakthrough already. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Nice looking ball. Oh, delightful ball. And this is Messi. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Bale is there to clear. It's a pretty loose pass. He's having a go! Oh, it's come loose. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Gives it back.
Modern football for you, and all that pressing.
Milan are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Pirlo.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Nesta cuts it out, and it's made its way to him. Neuer is always looking to break lines. Thuram. Pele opts for safety. And it's Maldini. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. That's a lovely, neat pass. Threads one in. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Nesta producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, played through for the wide man. It'll be a throw-in. Over to the other side.
Good switch, that.
Tries to pass it. Totti! He's missed, but not by that far. Baresi with the clearance. And he's whipped it across. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Milan are looking to go forward now. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Thuram. Nicely weighted ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Parla showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Thuram gets over and intercepts. Van Dijk. Baresi.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Chips it through. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Knocks it into space. A heavy challenge. And Messi! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Messi is offering a right smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. And he's had a hit! And again the keeper stands strong.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
He's a sharp little ball here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shot could be on, and the shot! Well, there's the clearance. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Totti! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Maldini. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Messi. Just eases him off the ball. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 14 será reemplazado por el dorsal 10. Messi. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
That gets things going for the second half.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's Messi. Great vision. And he's intervened well there.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely...
It's Totti! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Pirlo. Now it's Messi. And here's Ronaldinho. Messi. Ronaldinho. Oh, that was vital. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Eto!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Pirlo. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's Messi. And this is Totti. Milan needed that, they really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended though, it looked destined for a goal. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Not the most accurate pass.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 13. Totti.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Great chance! Oh, it's hit the post! Van Nistelrooy. Adams clears. Well, they've got it again. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And this is Messi, neatly clipped into space. Adams gets it clear. Platini. Well, that's an excellent interception.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Well, that had them. He's had a shot! It's there! AC Milan are all square. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he's gone looking for safety. Adams gets across and deals with it. Can he get it through? Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Good ball, good take. And he's well positioned here. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Van shapes to shoot! And that's a real chance missed.
Oh, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Ferdinand getting this one clear. And this is Van Nistelrooy! Oh no, that could be a costly miss. So, third corner of the game. Tries to get it clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. But that has not gone well. Still anyone's game this, one moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
That is good alertness. Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. Eto'o, and a chance! And he's there to belt it away. Eto'o! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer.
And Van Nistelrooy! And he's there to get it away. Looking for a runner. The final seconds now. No, that's been intercepted. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Oh, that's a key interception. Thuram. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Cannavaro.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's shoots! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Maldini. Milan are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Now it's Neymar. Oh, super find. Picked out Cristiano Ronaldo! And he's heaved it away. Messi. Good purposeful running this. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Costa Curta. Maldini. Cross from Mal, climbs up big! And he's quick to get it clear again. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He shifted it to the flank. Neymar. He's found, applies the finish! Just too high.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Baresi. Pirlo. Now Costa Curta. Pirlo. Pele going face-to-face with his great rival. There's the header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Messi. That's a promising run he's making on the right. And he's had it nicked away.
Milan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Rijkaard has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
Costa Curta. And it's Parla. Pele.
Such good...
It's Pele! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Pele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Pele! And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Neuer is always scanning the pitch for targets. Pirlo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Neymar.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Might want to be careful there.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. Well, that has not gone well. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And it's half-time here. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Here we go again then.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Good effort from distance. Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And they win it back again. Stojkovic. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Great chance! Goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Milan are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say...
Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Back to within one! Interesting!
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al 54esimo
Just
minuto.
so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Milan get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And it's Rijkaard. It's a really well-measured ball. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nicely shaped ball. It's Ibrahimovic! It's hit the upright. Oh, impressive strike.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Cannavaro. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And it's Rijkaard. That's Maldini. Rijkaard. Van Dijk. Cannavaro. And here's Messi. Pass somewhat off target. And he was quick to react. Van Dijk. And it's Maldini. Oh, that's well spotted.
Milan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And this is Lewandowski. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. It's a pretty loose pass. Thuram. Neymar. He's having a hit!
Neymar, really...
Oh, what a mistake! Parla. More and more pressure on the ball here. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. That's rather hopeful. Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 25.
Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Ronaldo. Numero 22. Messi. Numero 11. Neymar. Lasciano il campo per il numero 9, il numero 24,
Pirlo.
il numero 10, il numero 14. Hazard.
Parla. And it's Maldini. Pelé. Pelé proves just a little bit too strong.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he's decided to go for it. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Milan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Chance for a shot! They've done it! AC Milan are all square. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Now, this could be a chance, and he's managed to get free.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's had a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
All hands on deck for this one. Neuer claims comfortably. Milan are looking to go forward now. Van Dijk. Messi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Looking for a runner. Not the most accurate pass.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Rijkaard. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Messi. There's the shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Messi is offering a right smile there. Oh, this is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
Pele! Now, who's going to be first to this? He's going for goal! So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go.
I think the wide players will be very important here, Peter. A lot is going to be asked of them.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to...
Real chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
There's no shortage of great fullbacks in the game today, but Robertson really is among the very best. Some true legends of the game have sung his praises, and I can't disagree. Pace, directness, distribution are all his outstanding qualities, and he does it time and time again.
It's Son Heung-min! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And he's taking no chances there. And that is out of play. And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass.
He's gone for goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Baresi. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now that's well seen too. And here's Son Heung-min. And the through ball. Great ball, and he's in here. And he shoots! It's there! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Kvaratskhelia demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Cannavaro. Modric. And it's Ibrahimovic. That's an imaginative pass. Valverde is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Tries to pass it through.
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Robertson. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Threads one in. Kvaratskhelia. He's tried one! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Bayer punts it upfield. Van Bouten kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pele. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now he's got space here. Chance! Sticks it away! AC Milan are all square. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Pirlo. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now this could be a chance. Lovely pass, but can... And the shot! Modric. Pele. Modric. Pirlo. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Pele! And this is Pele! Can he finish? Goal! Milan! And the comeback is complete! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Face to face with the keeper. Can he finish? He's got a goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the lead now is 2.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pele. And he's straight offside. Maldini. Milan have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in control. Ibrahimovic! And he's gone backward here, and it's Pirlo. Tries a shot! Yes! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Milan blast themselves into a 3-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Ibrahimovic. Now it's Pele. Now, can they get him away? And this is it's Ibrahimovic. There's the shot! And the referee brings the first half to a close.
I just think it's been a great performance, and they totally deserve to have this lead at half-time. I mean, just about anything they tried seemed to have come off. It's incredible stuff.
Milan lead by 3 in a game all about goals. It's so easy on the eye and promises more of the same after the break. And the second half gets underway. And it's Cannavaro. Baresi. Pirlo. Maldini. Thuram. Pirlo. Pele. Bayer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Valverde. Edmilson. Baresi calmly anticipates. Modric conjures time and space where few can. Bayer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Take Shoots a shot! It's their second corner of the game. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Milan are looking to go forward now. Valverde. Closing in on goal. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Valverde. Modric. Pele. Now, what about a counter-attack? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Maldini. Thuram. Baresi. Pele. Cannavaro. Pirlo, given the lift of his goal. Now it's Messi. Baresi. Maldini. Pirlo. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. It's Son Heung-min! It is a very, very good save.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Cannavaro. Modric. Pele, who has set up 2 goals. Now there's a fine ball. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Robertson. Edmilson. And it's Modric. And here's Ibrahimovic. Stood up well to him there. And that's gone loose. And this is Son Heung-min. Valverde. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. Pirlo has a look and plays it forward. Shapes to shoot! And somehow he kept it out.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Pepe can get it clear. He's looking wide. Now the ball in. Turns and goes back. Knocks it out wide. Pele. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Cafu did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And this is Ibrahimovic. Pirlo finds himself offside. And this is Inzaghi. Inzaghi! They've got to be quick to recover this.
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
And it's Aubameyang. Valverde. Oh, that pass has been well intercepted. Ibrahimovic. Dink through. And this is Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Milan certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Maldini. Milan clearly now in lead preservation mode. Modric. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Ibrahimovic! It's in! Irrepressible! Imperious! That's what makes him what he is!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. So that's it. It is all over. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Ibrahimovic, a huge performance, answering the call. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. He's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that will be a standout for this team over the course, I can assure you.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's played it back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
Caught offside that time. De Jong, Rijkaard, and Rafinha. De Jong, and it's Bernardo Silva. Milan finding their passes. Good ball, good take. Shot could be on, and a shot! Goal, Milan! First blood drawn. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Baresi. Pele. And here's Messi. Rafinha. And they can counter here. Now it's Pulisic. Rafinha.
Park Ji-sung really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Rafinha. Mbappe. Oh, shooting chance! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Pirlo. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, great chance! Milan look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
A probing pass.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And it's Messi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Now it's Rafinha. Searching pass he's played there. And he's there to belt it away. And he's quick to snatch it back. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Modric can see things others simply cannot.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. 15 minutes till half-time. Oh, well played, well sorted out. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And he gets rid in a hurry. De Jong. Bernardo Silva. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Pulisic. Can he spark a counter here? Nicely shaped ball. And it's been played through. He's picked his way through.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Costa Curta. Here's Cannavaro.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Maldini. Tries to pass it through. And this is Pirlo. Pirlo! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. He might be in here. And he's on his way. And a chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Oh, what a chance. And after doing all the hard work as well, he'll be kicking himself here.
Knocks it out wide. De Jong. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Messi goes for a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
This possibly the last play of the half. That's a decent clearance. And we hit half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Here we go again then.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
It's Park Ji-sung. That is good strength. And Park Ji-sung! Modric. Not the most convincing of passes. Can he get it through? Great ball, and he's decent chance! Really well taken goal. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
That has certainly made things interesting. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Quality ball. And here's Park Ji-sung. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Baresi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Now it's Park Ji-sung. Park Ji-sung cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And this is Pele. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Costa Curta. Modric. Now, can they get him away? Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, they can break here. Nicely worked. And that has been clubbed away. And it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Pulisic. This looks promising. And he's cut it out. Marquez gets across to intercept that. Bernardo Silva is the team's great visionary. Now it's Mbappe. He's through, now is he in? Can he finish? Goal, Milan! And again they hit the front. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
And he's done it again, he's got his second.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Milan choosing to make the first change. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Modric. Cannavaro. Now Modric. Aubameyang gets a foot in here. Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Great vision. Now it's Mbappe. Chooses to go back. Picked out brilliantly. And he shoots! And that would have been game, set and match.
Valverde has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Baresi can get it clear. And he's been shifted off it.
Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Floated through. There's the shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Marquez. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shot at goal! He has done it! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Milan could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Pele.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Costa Curta. Cannavaro. Oh, that's a key interception. Pirlo. Modric. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Mbappe! And he's lost his real chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, that was... And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?